Probably driver of the day is the man who idolizes Fernando Alonso. He summoned his inner Alonso really in this Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz from 18th to 10th on a track where you apparently can't overtake, a track where Williams were meant to struggle, of course, a track where Williams were disqualified after qualifying. Him and his teammate Alexander Albon thrown out of qualifying on Saturday, but he's in the points. P10 on Sunday. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic from Carlito to do that for me, with the possible exception of George Russell, probably driver of the day, I would have to say. However, more controversially, let's talk about McLaren. Oh boy, we got to talk about McLaren after this one. Well, so for those that did not see the race, it was a pretty decent one, so I do implore you at least go back and watch the highlights of this one. But the two McLarens collided. They made contact through the first complex of corners. Oscar Piastri started in P3. Lando Norris started in P4. Norris got the jump on Kimi Antonelli ahead of him, and they were side by side going through the first few corners. Max Verstappen was ahead of Lando Norris, and because of the way he was braking, which he's entitled to do because he was the car ahead, of course, but the way that he broke, I think probably did catch Lando Norris out a little bit. Norris then kind of slid wide and barged his teammate out of the way effectively, getting up to P3. The stewards investigated it. They found no further action to be the correct decision when it came to that one. Oscar Piastri was fuming in the car, as you expect he would be at that. McLaren kept the line. They towed the line of what the stewards did. They did not invert the positions, and they stayed that way until the end of the race. Norris was absolutely hounding Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen did what Max Verstappen does and absolutely put on a defensive masterclass to keep behind arguably a much faster car. Piastri in P4, again, not a terrible weekend for Piastri if you look at the standing. It's only 3 points lost again, but he will feel robbed